Welcome to today's lesson on inverse proportion. This is the second of 3 lessons, and it follows on from the first lesson on direct proportion. And again, we're going to come across this magic thing called K, this magic constant we've got to find. So you might need to take some notes, so make sure you've got a pen and paper ready. If there's something you need to write down, pause the video and write it. Quick reminder of what's happening with direct and inverse proportion. With direct proportion, as x gets bigger, y gets bigger, and it goes through the origin. With inverse proportion, as x gets bigger, y gets smaller, and conversely, when x is very small, y will get very, very big. And this graph does not go anywhere near the origin. Here's the definition of inverse proportion. If you want to write that down, pause the video, then continue. Bit of prior knowledge. Quite often the question will say square root A is proportional to the square root of A. And today we're going to use the equivalent statement, mathematical statement, which is A to the half. So you must remember A to the half means the square root of A. So what we do, very similar to direct proportion, we rewrite the statement A is proportional to 1 over Bn, and we swap the proportional sign for n equals K. And then what we've got to do is find K, which is a constant, which will stay the same in all parts of the question. Just as we used magic triangle with direct proportion, and it's virtually the same, but you'll notice that K is now moved to the top. So to get K, we just multiply A times B, or B squared, or whatever it happens to be. Let's show you some examples. Question says A is proportional to B. So that means we don't need to worry about n, we can just write B straight. Then it says when A is 4, B is 3, and then we want a formula linking A and B. So we can just substitute the numbers in there and go, right, 4 and 3 at the bottom, so to find K we multiply them together, 12. So then remember what we're doing, we're saying A is proportional to 1 over B. We've rewritten that as A equals K over B, but now we found K, we can write the formula as A equals 12 over B. Another one. This time, A is inversely proportional to the square root of B. And then it goes on to say, look, when A is 20, B is 25, and now we want a formula linking them. So remember, in this case, it's the square root of B. So we've got to say, look, if B is 25, then the square root of B is 5, and that's what we've got to put into the triangle. We can put A is 20 in there. So to find K, we just do 20 times 5. So we found K now. So remember, we can rewrite A is proportional to 1 over B, square root of B, to A equals K over the square root of B. But we know K is 100, so the formula we want, and this is what you've got to write, is A is 100 over square root B, or B to the half. Right, now we're going to give you just a few examples where you have to find K. Because if you can find K, you've cracked this problem. All right? So make sure you've got a pen and paper, and make sure that you then pause the video. Then once you think you found K, then just go and check your answer. So in this example, we want to find K. Question says, A is inversely proportional to B. So which means I can draw the triangle with just K, A and B in it. then when A is 6, B is 5, I want to find a formula linking A and B. So I can put 6 and 5 directly into the triangle. So K, we find by doing 6 times 5 is 30. So we can write A equals K over B, but K is 30. So the formula, which is what we're looking for, is A equals 30 over B. This one, we've got A is directly proportional to the square root of B. And then they go on and tell us that when A is 40, B is 16. And what we've got to do is find a formula linking A and B. So what I want you to do now is find K and then write what the formula is. So pause the video, then when you've got your answer, just continue on to the answer. Right. So if you look at what we know, we can actually put the numbers in there. So B is 16, we've actually got to use square root of that, which is 4. So we can put 4 in the right bottom corner. A is 40, and then to find K, we just multiply those two numbers together. So looking at what we started with, we can write A equals K over B to the half, or A equals K over the square root of B. But we know that K is 160, so we can write A equals 160 over B to the power half. Now, I hope that helps you find K. Now, what I want you to do now is check out our third video, where what we've got is we've got a number of exam questions. And you'll see that they're very formalistic. There's not a lot of difference in the questions. It's just the power tends to be a bit different. But fundamentally, the question is find K, use K. So thank you for listening. And I hope that you can master this topic and get those 4 or 5 marks, which are on almost every exam paper coming from direct and inverse proportion. Thank you.